Okay, good afternoon, everyone. And my name's George Marcello. And two things are going to happen this afternoon. The first thing is I'm making an announcement that I'm stepping down from Step by Step. And we're going to be naming a new president right here. It's going to take place. And then the second thing is we're going to tell you the story about young Fatima, who's to my left here, Fatima Baig, and she desperately needs a liver transplant, and she's going to talk more about that afterwards. Yeah. And I've already heard her, so she's a good talker, and she's very brave and courageous too. So right now, briefly, I just want to talk about stepping down from Step by Step. I've been, with Step by Step since it began in 1996. I actually founded Step by Step, and we've gone through numerous campaigns throughout the years. We did a lot of work in Canada, United States, and Europe, and most of the work that we've done was actually recognized at a global stage. So there was such events as meeting Pope John Paul II in 2001, and then other events like a young 13-year-old boy that needed a liver transplant and carried the famous torch of life that we have with us all the time across Canada, and that was people all over the world were responding to that. And then more recently, we had the great event happen when the young Palestinian man, called Khatib, arrived here and carried the torch through Ontario, 72 cities and towns, and he made friends with Helene Campbell, and that, of course, was getting world news. And then at his very last day, just something very powerful happened, and something that we hope will resonate for forever. And that was when he met the Israeli girl, Yael Gladstone, and together they carried the torch through downtown Toronto. And that was an amazing moment because they both shared similar stories. Khaled's brother was killed by an IDF soldier in his hometown of Jenin, Palestine, and the family afterwards donated his organs to 6 Israeli children. And Yael Gladstone's brother, Yanni Jesner, was killed by a suicide bomber, and they donated the organ to the kidney, actually, to a Palestinian girl. So I say it again, what more possible symbol for hope can you get than having these two young people carry the torch together, the torch that was blessed by Pope John Paul II. And so I'm very happy that I just seen from the corner of my eye MPP Laura Albanese that just came in. And if you would like to take a seat here, Laura, we have a seat ready for you. And good to see you again.
Good to see you as well.
That was our surprise, Fatima.
Yeah.
Laura's here, and she made time for you. She had other things to do, but she wanted to come and see you.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll get to chat with her afterwards. So I just, at this point, if you don't mind, Laura, I just want to turn it over to Khaled after, and then after Khaled, if you wanted to say a few words. So I'm stepping down as a CEO of Step by Step. And now we're going to have it carried by the young people, just like Pope John Paul II. When he blessed the torch, he said, let the young people carry this torch because they can change the world. And so that's why I'm very happy and honored to announce that the new president of Step by Step is Khaled Khatib. So Khaled, as your first act of president.
Good afternoon. I would like to first of all thank MPP Laura Albanese. On October 28, 2011, I come to Canada with my father, Ismail Khatib. I fell in love with Step by Step and all the people in Step by Step. I also fell in love with the torch of life. I hear that Pope John Paul II blessed the torch and said, "Let the young people carry the torch and they can change the world." I believe this. I believe in anything that step by step stands for, and that is why when George Marcello asked me to carry the torch in 72 cities and towns in Ontario Register Now campaign, I did not hesitate and said, why not? When I was asked to walk from Ottawa to Toronto in the frozen cold weather for Anthony Sachi, I say, why not? When I was asked to help Elaine Campbell and Kaylee Baker receive her lung transplant, and I said, what? Why not? So when George Marshall asked me if I would like to be president of Step by Step, I say, why not? My first job will be to help Fatima Baig receive her liver transplant. Fatima, Step by Step is here for you, and we will help you receive your gift. In memory of my brother Ahmed Khatib, I urge everyone to register at beadonor.ca. I also believe that we young people can change the world. I hope to blood step by step with many young people. Please pray for Step by Step and pray for Fatima. And thank you.
Well, I'll say a few words as well. It's an honor for me to be here, and I've known George Marcello from many years ago when he founded.
We won't reveal our ages.
No, we won't reveal our ages. We won't go that far back. But in my previous career, I did follow George's story. And then how we founded Step by Step. So I've been following these organizations for a long time. So I want to be here even today when George is passing the torch, literally, to the new generation. And I also have a connection to Fatima because her brother worked with me for a while. And so it is really an honor for me to be here and to see that Step by Step is reaching out in order to help you. I think it's important to reach different ethnic groups. Many different communities have still to embrace organ donation. And there is still a lot of myth that surrounds organ donation, and I think that by having young people promote it, this will help to change how we look at organ donation in the future. And that's an example not only for one community, but for the many communities they make up the mosaic of our society here in Ontario. And therefore, I want to thank Marcello for all the work that he's done to promote awareness of organ donation, first within his own community and then beyond, going beyond and throughout Ontario. And I wanna thank you for taking this responsibility on, and I am here to coach, help for people like Fatima that deserve to have hope for the future. And I think it makes us all feel better as a society if we can do something good in our life to help another person. Thank you.
Thank you, Lauren. Before we come to you, Fatima, Khaled has a little surprise for you. Khaled?
Oh, thank you. Oh, wow. So this is a picture that was taken in Fort Frances. I was not there, but the person standing in the middle is a great fan of mine. That is, his name is John Albanese. He's my uncle, and he's a counselor in the city of Fort Francis. And George and Khalid had the honor to meet him, or he had the honor to meet you when you went there. So this is a wonderful gift. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, what a wonderful surprise.
You're welcome. Fatima, it's your show.
Okay. Well, basically, it's all started when I was 3 years old. I was diagnosed with PSC, which is an autoimmune disease called primary sclerosing cholangitis. And I had a transplant at 11, a living donor transplant, where my mom, she gave me a portion of her liver. And we thought that was the end, like I would be going to school and everything, and that'd be my only transplant. But unfortunately, I believe it was 6 years after that, we discovered that a post-transplant biopsy complication caused a chain of events that eventually led to the blood flow of my new liver getting blocked. So I'm now listed for a second cadaveric transplant, and there are about actually 1,555 people on the wait list as of today, and one person can save up to 8 lives. So basically it only takes one person to save up to 8 people. And basically, I believe that that God performs miracles through heroes. So I believe that by becoming an organ donor, you can become the miracle. So that's why I want to go around. That's why I'm trying to go around and spread awareness as much as I can through social media, through speeches at different events, to stop the misconceptions and the myths, because a lot of people do not believe that their religion permits it, but all major religions permit and encourage life-saving organ donation, but they're still not sure, hesitant, and and they're not even sure if they're gonna be treated respectfully. But I did talk to a Trillium Gift of Life donor coordinator, and she assured me that they're treated with the utmost respect. So I encourage everyone out there to go and sign your donor card, or go on beadonor.ca, and be someone's hero. You can be a potential hero for somebody. So, yeah.
Very well said, Fatima. Thank you. Thank you. What did you used to say on the road, Khalid? You used to use the verse from the Quran when you say...
Oh, when you save one life, you save humanity.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, well, thank you, everyone. I know Giorgio doesn't have any questions, and I think the gentleman behind you is from the Sun? Star. Okay.
Yeah, I do have a couple, and I'm sorry, I walked in a little bit late. Fatima, how old are you?
I am 20 years old.
Right. Okay, are you working and stuff like that, or how are you doing with needing a new liver?
No, I'm not working. I wasn't able to graduate high school either. So yeah.
All right. So, how do you feel without the transplant? Physically, I noticed you have. What kind of a tube is that?
That's actually a feeding tube. Okay. It's called a NG tube. And basically, with liver transplants, your appetite decreases a lot. So, yeah, that's why sometimes people need extra feeding.
Extra feeding. So you're tired all the time?
Yeah, fatigue is a big part of it. Yeah. Energy loss.
Okay. And I guess there's no way to tell where you are on a waiting list, because it all depends on who's the most serious and stuff like that.
Actually, my doctor, he did tell me that I'm actually on the top of the waiting list, and I have been on for a while. but I'm a blood group that's common among like South Asians and rare among mainstream Canadians. And there are a lot of myths and misconceptions. So, yeah.
Okay. All right. So, can we get into a little bit about those myths? Like you said, a lot of people think their religion doesn't permit it. But can you go into that further? Because I noticed the donor registration rate. Maybe someone else might want to chime in here. The donor registration rate in Toronto is 15 or 16%. But I noticed, like in some of the suburbs of Sudbury, it's probably not as multicultural. It's over 50. So, can someone get into that for me, Fatima, or maybe George?
Yeah, we've had a lot of experience in exactly what you're alluding to. Most small towns, communities have an average of 40 to 50% registered. I think a big challenge, and it is a very doable challenge, is to really try and significantly raise the rate in Toronto, because raising the percentage rate in Toronto will significantly raise the rate overall. And so we really have to do a lot more work, just like PP Laura Albanese was saying, in all our diverse and ethnic communities. And we need more spokespeople like, Khaled and Fatima. She's just excellent. She's an excellent spokesperson, to get out to the Muslim community and, so on and so on. But I feel that the city of Toronto can take a more active role with each councillor in their own community, because they know their community best, and so I had a lot of energy before with Step by Step, but I'm stepping down, so I'm kind of staying out of it. But if I was still on, I would really try and urge City Hall to get their councillors more actively involved and try and get more, even have a healthy competition, see which ward can register more people, But you're right. And other big cities. London is actually doing quite well for a big city.
Do you know what their rate is?
I think it's just under 40 or over 40.
It's not bad, because London's that's my hometown. It didn't used to be all that multicultural, but it certainly is now.
Yeah, well, they've done the groundwork right from the beginning. Like I've worked with London on many occasions. They have exactly what I'm saying. They work in each one of their communities to get people aware and to register. So they're a lot more active. So that's really the key, is active. Get more active. And Sudbury actually is the top of the big cities.
Why do you think Toronto is so low? Because it's a place where probably most of the transplants in the province happen here, and yet the rate seems relatively low. Is there too much going on here?
Exactly it.
It's competition for attention?
Yeah, it's like the runt trying to get a nipple, right? Because there's so many things going on, so you got to kind of outdo, all these other things that are important, just as important. And this is why you got to get active. And I think by making this some kind of priority with every councillor, and for that matter, get the provincial and federal people involved for their district as well. It's a very doable thing that so it's not an elusive fix. It's
Yeah. I was going to ask Khaled. Obviously, you're Muslim, so you taking over is going to help make inroads, because George, you're from a mainstream, what is now considered a mainstream.
Yeah, I think I think I'm considered white now. It never used to be, but now, yeah.
So Khaled, how do you find it is with Middle Eastern and South Asian communities? What kind of misconceptions are you battling?
Not all the questions.
You see, like the white people, they register.
Yeah.
Why isn't the Muslim people, the Chinese people, why do you think they're not registering? What needs to be done?
There is Chinese and there is Muslim people that they're interesting for this, and they would like to help. people for organs, but like we need more focus on this to let the people like know about the organs and how the people they live in the hospital and how they're feeling. So yeah, like we should to talk about the awareness in Toronto, especially in Toronto, because there is not too much people that like they know about it.
All right. And I came in late. You mentioned your brother. What happened to your brother? He needed a transplant but didn't get one?
Actually, no. My brother, in 2005, he killed by Israeli soldier.
Ah, okay.
So my father, he donated his organ for 5 Israeli children.
So that was 1995, or sorry, 2005. Where did that happen, in Gaza or?
In West Bank, Jenin.
West Bank? Okay.
Jenny.
Okay.
It was a great example of
Yeah.
a peace gesture.
Yeah. Really. No kidding. Okay.
And just, sorry, another important thing, Tad, I don't think you caught it when you came in. On his final day of the Register Now campaign, when he was going through Ontario, he was talking to thousands of kids in every community, but at the end, he was met by an Israeli girl who heard what we were doing, and she came with her mother. She was the same age as him. Her brother was killed by a suicide bomber, and they donated the kidney to a Palestinian girl. So Yale and Khalid together carried the torch.
I think I remember that now.
Yeah, and that's powerful. Like that is.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. What was your brother's name?
Ahmed?
Ahmed?
Yeah.
I'm still like a mother looking after to make sure he's doing okay, but but he's gonna be okay.
Yeah. What's the last name?
It's Khatib, Khatib.
Khatib?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
What we're gonna do afterwards, immediately, I'm hoping you can join us, Laura, is we're going to light the famous Torch of Life at the McDonald's station statue, because we can't do it on the grounds. And just one shot I just have to do alone with Khalid, because I'm passing him the torch. But then after, we can all get in a nice little group. And are you the photographer as well?
Yeah, I'll probably come. Although I got good shots in here.
Okay.
Fatima, what's your last name?
Baig, B-A-I-G.
B-A-I-G?
Yeah.
And F-A-T-I-M-A?
Yeah.
Okay. And you live in Toronto?
Mississauga.
Mississauga? Okay.
Which school did you go to?
John Fraser.
John Fraser?
Yeah.
Fraser High School? Yeah, I didn't finish. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay, I'm gonna shut up now.
No, you did good. Thank you. Thank you for coming too.
If I could, the only thing I would add is that, as it was mentioned, in all main religions are in favor of this. However, I think that there, in all these major religions, has been the tradition of a sacred burial, if you will, and not touching the body. And so whether you're Catholic or you're Muslim, there is this conception that the body should be intact, not touched, and revered. And I think that that's where the work needs to be done. Pope John Paul and other religious leaders have encouraged people towards organ donation, but this traditional mentality still prevails.
Yeah, as far as when I make speeches, the questions I most likely get is it allowed in my, like, is it like, if I'm making a speech in front of the Muslim community, I usually get, is it allowed in our religion? Or how are they gonna like treat us? So those are the two usually main questions I get.
Excellent. I think we're good.
Yeah.
Okay.